Welcome to Center Ground, your home for unfiltered discussion, where we tackle today's most talked about topics, break down current events, and give our take on the internet's latest foolishness. Tune in and let's find some common ground. Let's get this party started.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the Center Ground podcast. I am your host, Bootsy. Back with another reaction video. I haven't really had a lot of time to myself to think of concepts or any other thing, so I've just been doing the reaction videos for now, but I do plan on having one about relationships and how the way we were raised affects us and things of that nature. But I thought I'll go light today. I've been doing a lot on like relationship stuff and, you know, food stamps and people destroying their families. So pretty depressing stuff, sometimes comical, sadly, but I figured, why not do something more lighthearted? So I came across this video by J.R. Wisdom, and it says, thirsty family court judge really went this far to clap this single mom's cheeks. And I can't imagine the level of stupidity this judge exhibited, but it's not every day you really hear about judges partaking in foolishness. So something just tells me like it's going to be absolutely hilarious. So without further ado, let's get it started.
56-year-old McCree, who's married with 2 children, admitted to an ongoing affair with 31-year-old Judge Mott, a woman he first met in his courtroom, where she appeared as a complaining witness against her son's father in a child support case. But rather than recusing himself from her case after the affair began, Judge McCree stayed on for an additional 6 months. And
my man saw an opportunity. He said, listen, man, I know she's single. So she ain't caught. Let me try something. Oh, God, these dudes here. All right, let me just continue, because I swear some men can't help it. I feel like I already know where this is going, and it's a product of not being able to control yourself, control your urges. It affects both men and women alike. It's just that when men do it, it's often really stupid and really comical. So let's keep watching.
Admitted to discussing the case with Mott outside of the courtroom. Mott eventually reported the affair to the local media. Now on the stand, Judge McCree tells the Judicial Commission his interest in Mott began.
Hold on. So here's what we know so far. He's a court judge. He had a relationship with someone he met in his courtroom, which is a no-no. It's like client privilege, confidentiality. Nah, it's definitely a what's the term when you conflict of interest? It's definitely a conflict of interest. But all right, so we know that he's a judge. He already partook in a conflict of interest. He got in a relationship with a single mother who was in his court, which is how he knows she was single. And then he told her information about the case, which is a huge no-no. All right, I don't know if y'all know this, but even when you're in court, so I was in jury duty, and I learned this when I was in jury duty. The judges aren't really allowed to talk to you, especially if you're involved in the case. The lawyers aren't really supposed to talk to you either. So the most you're probably going to get from them is a hello. And with some of them, they don't even bother saying hello to you, right? Because they take it very serious. So let's continue.
And the minute she walked into his courtroom.
I confess she was an attractive, striking woman. And, she caught my eye. Here's a 6-foot tall woman in stiletto heels and, all the bells and whistles. And I'm...
Yo, did this man really say all the bells and whistles, bro? He thinks she a car. He thinks she a fully stacked, fully loaded vehicle. My man said bells and whistles. Oh, my Lord. And he ain't got no shame about it either. That's what makes it funny. So I want to see more.
Setting her apart from the rank and file that come through the courtroom.
When describing...
Wait. So... I need y'all to hear what he said when he mentioned rank and file. What he's saying essentially is, I've been in court for a mighty long time. I see a lot of men and women come throughout my court, but specifically women. And most of the women that come through my court are not attractive. Not attractive enough for me to even consider getting with them. But this woman, she different. She built different. Not only is she built different, she got all the bells and whistles. I'm already laughing, but I see JR about to crack up. This dude is ridiculous. And it don't sound like he cared. It sounded like he was ready to retire anyway. So it was worth the risk. My man risked it all.
The looks of the typical rank and file of his docket, the judge didn't hold back.
You look how happy he was in that freeze frame.
Paragraph 76 of the complaint. You're talking about the docket from hell, filled with tatted up, overweight, half-assed, English-speaking, gap-toothed, slang.
Correct.
3 months after their initial meeting in court, Mott and Judge McCree began a sexual relationship.
I'm a middle-aged man. She was a young woman. She was pretty, and I'll admit I was excited. I don't want to say that the water came to the horse, but I must say she certainly was coming on to me with an ease that surprised me. It thrilled me.
Details of their affair.
This man is not sorry. Yo, this man has no sorrow in him. He is happy he did it. He'll do it again. This man must be stopped.
Were shared with the court, including that the two engaged in sexual activities in the judge's chambers.
Man, listen. This man needs to be stopped. He needs to be stopped.
Between May and November 2012, did you engage in sexual...
Look at her. She don't look like she want to be there at all. She don't want people knowing what happened. She don't want people knowing her business. She was trying to do it on the low. My man over there proud. Did y'all see the look on this man's face? I'm going to ask the editor to add his face back and show the pride that was on his face. Like, dude was excited just thinking about what happened.
Conduct with Judge McCree?
Yes, I did.
Numerous times?
Yes.
At least twice at the Westin Hotel?
Yes.
How about Judge McCree's marital home?
Yes.
But according
See, he low down and dirty. He did it in his marital home. That's one of the lowest things you could possibly do. Like, desecrated the sanctity of the home. Like, that's not cool at all. I mean, he desecrated his marriage as well. The sanctity of his marriage. But come on, in the bed, like, that's nasty. And he don't even look like the type to change his own sheets. So I'm not even going to think about that. Let's go.
to McCree, the relationship soured as Mott became more demanding of his time.
If I had a minute, she wanted an hour. If I had an hour, she wanted an afternoon. If I had an afternoon.
And I need y'all to just for a second, just look at how his demeanor changed when he started thinking about her behavior. When he was thinking about her looks, he was excited. When he was thinking about her behavior, look how mad he looked now. The dude looked pissed off right now.
She wanted an evening. In many of these matters, you got to tell her what she wants to hear, or she continues to sweat you, or sweat me, as was.
Yo, this dude, look at JR, but look, this dude here. So he acted like a cat. Like, he's doing what we criticize women for all the time. The dude was married. So first of all, you get an X for that one. Then the dude got mad because she wanted to spend time with him. Bruh, you are essentially her man now. You are her husband now. You are her boyfriend now. Of course she wanted to spend time with you. I mean, it's bad when women don't want to spend time with you. That means they don't like you like that. This means she must have liked him or something, right? He was doing something right. He was doing something right while in his mind she was doing something wrong.
A nice but demanding woman that she was, she always wanted, the next biscuit.
Now, guys, Good Buddy is a wild boy. And when I saw this come across my newsfeed, I was like, yo, I gotta talk about this. Because obviously this is within the umbrella of the topics I talk about. This guy being a family court judge, 3rd Circuit Court judge in Wayne County, Michigan, the Detroit area, if I'm not mistaken. And this dude is off the, y'all heard how he was speaking, how he was talking?
Damn, that's how they get down in Michigan? Sheesh.
How he was just like, he was just so candid with how he was delivering this.
Didn't I say that? Brother was happy. If I was Jay, I would say Buddy was happy. Like, dude was so happy to talk about it, to think about it, until he started thinking about how she was sweating him, as he said.
Like, he was like, yeah, rank and file. Like, he was speaking in military jargon, and she was just so beautiful, 6 foot with stilettos, and it seemed easy, and bringing water to the horse and all this stuff like that. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit more information. Obviously, this happened about 12 years ago. You feel me? And what's interesting about...
Damn, that happened 12 years ago? I want to see the follow-up.
This gentleman, he was 56. She was 31. This was a which I don't know how it was a felony case for child support, but I guess it got to that. My knowledge of child support is very limited, even though I've been through the whole situation with that, with divorce and everything. But he was a family court judge. And for those of you who don't know, family court judges have unlimited power. They can make up rules. They can do whatever they want at the end of the day. They don't have to follow any policy or anything. They can just make decisions as they see fit.
And I'm going to just stop it right here. See, that's what's wrong with our family court system now. No one, and I mean no one, should have that level of power. I remember, like, I went to a court. I'll leave that story alone. I'm not even going to tell y'all that. Maybe next time.
That's what's out of all judges there.
I ain't do nothing, by the way. I was going to court to get somebody to sue somebody else, but never mind.
Family court judges can do whatever they want. So in this case, his father was a judge. He's a judge as well. He was married, had 2 kids, as they say. He was, 25 years older than her at the end of the day, 31, he's 56. But women are hypergamous. They like a man with authority. And the fact that this man pulled this off where he was clapping the cheeks and she probably thought it was exciting, that he's helping out in the case. And don't think judges are already crooked, especially in family court. They're just terrible. And he's sexting her. I think he sent her a topless one, or was it a bailiff? I think he sent a married bailiff. Like...
Oh, so dude was just a freak. I mean, good Lord, we got, people like that got to be stopped. That's where they are destroying society because they can't contain their urges. But yeah, what JR is saying is correct from what I heard in family court systems, right? They are known for having some of the most corrupt judges on the planet. I hear that from just about everybody I hear go into court, both men and women. It's crazy. Like, some women will even admit that, yeah, the judge had my side. And it's like, yo, that's terrible. You're supposed to be unbiased. But yeah, like, no person should have such unlimited power that they can just do whatever they want to do. And you just have to deal with it because they're a judge, lawyer, police officer, etc.
He sent a married bailiff, like a picture of him without his shirt. This Janine Lachey Mott came before the court with her baby daddy, Robert Mott, claiming that Good Buddy owed her child support. And she did quid pro quo. She exchanged the cheeks for the ruling for him to slam this dude. Also, obviously, in his...
That's still prostitution, by the way, but that's crazy. My man had a shirtless pic on. He was like, who did that? Was it like Anthony Weiner or somebody who did some nonsense like that? Like, yo, these people have to be stopped.
Chambers discussing the case, talking all this other stuff with her, which is... there's a Latin term for it, which I'm not about to look up, that you can't talk to
Is it mea culpa? Nah, I don't think it's mea culpa. It's something.
Judges outside of the courtroom as the plaintiff or defendant.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Because when I was in jury duty, I said good morning and good evening to the judge. And sometimes he wouldn't respond back. He would just smile. But yeah, they're not really allowed to speak.
For lack of a better term. But attorneys do it all the time, right? Attorneys can talk to, because they're part of practicing law. The prosecutor and the defendant, or whatever have you, either side, they can talk to the judges all day about your case and all this foolishness, which is insane to me. All this is a racket. But
Nah, it's not that it's a racket. It's they are supposed to remain impartial. And I think the laws are created in a way to make things unbiased. It's just that we as human beings are extremely biased. So what they try to do is they know we're going to be biased. So they try to limit how much bias you can actually partake in. For example, you're not really supposed to get to know the victim, because if you get to know the quote unquote victim, you might in your head see them as the victim. And because you see them as the victim, you may side with them. But I mean, they tend to do that anyway, especially when certain people cry in court, or people who look like them or their children. I remember once I had traffic court and I was accused of speeding, and the cops made a claim like I just bought a new car, was literally driving the car home from one state to another. And the cop said I was going a very odd miles an hour. I think it was like 83 miles an hour, something like that. It might have been 81. It was definitely in the 80s. Right. Mind you, it was cars around me. So it's not like I'm gunning it down the highway. I also bought a car that had adaptive cruise control. So it's like I was using the new technology. I was excited, all of this stuff. Right. And it was in Danbury, Connecticut. Long story short, I remember not when I went to court the first time, but when I went to court the second time, there was a judge who didn't want to throw a young kid in jail because the kid reminded him of his son and his grandson. And see, that right there creates bias. which it wouldn't surprise me if in the future they start using robots for like police officers and robots for court systems. Now, don't get me wrong. Even AI has shown that it has bias because the ghost is in the shell. You kind of take on the characteristics of your programmer. But that's another topic for another day. Judges are biased.
We discussed this. My man started clapping the cheeks around 2012. He didn't disqualify himself or recuse himself from the situation. Sending text messages to her, you are the complaining witness on a case that is before me. Naturally, if it got out that we were seeing each other before your baby daddy's case closed, everybody could be in deep-ish. So after clapping the cheeks, my man was squirting and he got her pregnant. And that's where this whole thing came up, where she reported him. And for those of you guys who know,
let me stop it right here. And this is the problem with doing dirt like he did dirt. Right, everything was all fine. And I'm gonna say, speak from her side. We know he was wrong, he was corrupt, he was evil, multitude of ways. By the way, like he betrayed his wife, he betrayed his children, aka he betrayed his entire family. He betrayed his household by having this random chick up in his house. He betrayed the courts, the judicial system, us as the people. Right. And he betrayed this woman because he didn't really bang with her like that. And he just wanted to sleep with her. And she was annoying because she always wanted to be around. So it's like, damn. Now, don't get me wrong. If you look at it from her perspective as well, she didn't do right either. It's like, he was a judge. You knew you could take advantage of the situation by sleeping with him. Whether she was attracted to him or not, we don't know these things. But we do know she benefited from the relationship. So you got to hold her accountable as well. Right? We shouldn't let people off because one had power and one allegedly didn't. Right? She clearly had power. She had power over this man. Y'all saw how, I'm going back to it. Y'all saw that smile. That dude was happy just thinking about it.
when you try to report an attorney to the bar.
But that's the other part. I'm sorry, I forgot about that part. And then it's like when it stopped working, all of a sudden, that's when you turn into a snitch. That's when you start running and telling everybody. How many opportunities she had to tell this man's wife? She could have left a note in the bed since she was there. You get what I'm saying? But it's when it didn't work out for her, that's when all of a sudden it's wrong. It's bad. I got to go tell somebody. And it's like, that's not noble, right? That's not noble behavior. That's just as selfish as the man. That's just as corrupt. And as we grow in this world and time continues to go on, we need to be able to call these people out. It's like, yeah, he was wrong for what he did, and he did multiple things wrong. But let's not take the heat off this woman and pretend like she didn't play a part, because without her, he would have been fine. Or maybe not, because he was sending topless pictures to other women and doing stupid stuff. But you get my point.
Or a judge to the Supreme Court, they're not going to take your side. They're always going to they're not even going to do an investigation. And supposedly they have this insurance, attorneys, legal judges or whatever. And they're not going to take your side. They're going to always side with the attorney in cases. It's just the way it happens. And that's what happened to him. Even though he got removed from the bench eventually, he was conducting himself, doing all this crazy stuff, accusing her of stalking. Because once you cross that line with these people, bro, you was clapping somebody that you were overseeing her case. That's insane to me.
Yeah, it is insane. And it's like you don't realize that you affected her on an emotional level. Think about it from the female's perspective. She is a single mother in court with possibly a violent baby father. Possibly. I don't know their situation, but it didn't seem like a misdemeanor kind of case. Didn't he say felony? So I'm going off that. Right. So imagine that you're in a relationship with a guy. It doesn't work out. Things go south, and like really south. Here you have an older guy who can probably take care of you, who's probably telling you everything you want to hear, who's, sleeping with you, who's getting with you. That's why I said earlier, essentially, he was her husband. And people tend to think of marriage as just, going to the courts, getting a piece of paper and signing your life away to connect with another human being. That's not the only form of marriage. That form of marriage is relatively new. Y'all have to remember, people used to get married just by connecting with each other. And that's precisely what a lot of people do. And it's funny because in my mind, I say people are single mothers and all this other stuff, but a lot of these women aren't single from a religious standpoint. They're married. And a lot of people don't understand when you start doing things together. Yeah. It's not as easy as walking away. You kind of bond yourself with that person. But I'm getting too religious, too spiritual.
I'm pretty sure it happens often. You feel me? But he was also doing favors for one of her cousins. where he signed an order for the reduction of the bond for, I guess, one of the crimes that was committed. But at the end of the day, you can't do anything to judges and attorneys. But this dude, I guess, and he knows that too. That's why he was speaking so candid about this. He was almost happy when they were questioning him. It's insane to me, man. But hey, he won't be the first judge and he won't be the last to do it. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop.
Shout outs to JR Wisdom. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. I'll add a link in the description as I always do. But I do like how he broke it down. I like how he added the articles. It's really well done. I'm lazy. I ain't doing all that. That's a lot of work. I mean, I might do the research, but I'm not clipping all that. I got to pay somebody to clip it too. Nah, I'm not doing all that. I tell y'all this, right? Y'all got to learn from the mistakes of others. This guy clearly made some missteps. I don't think he was upset about it. I think he's a judge. So he probably knows what they can and can't do to him. He's already up there in age. And plus, this was like 10 something years ago. Who knows if this man is still alive? But who knows if this woman is still alive? I swear people are like losing their lives and, you know, leaving this earth way too soon. But you got to learn from the mistakes of others. And one thing we can see is this man could not control his urges. I tell this to young men, young women alike. Learn to control yourself. Learn to make better decisions. Why? Because if you let your emotions control you, if you let your urges control you, you're bound to make some mistakes. And they're going to be really stupid mistakes like this man did here. Like, I can't imagine the damage this man did to his wife, did to his children, all while chasing this chick who really wanted a new father for her kids, most likely. And the minute she got pregnant, then he want to run like a coward, right? So he could have saved himself a lot of trouble if he was more disciplined. This is why most social media, most manosphere content, anything surrounding men have always, and I mean even before the manosphere existed, it has always been talking about discipline, the power of discipline, why you need discipline, why you need to be stoic, yada, yada, yada. This was a funny one. I ain't gonna lie. I was cracking up during this one. I had to mute the microphone because I kept laughing, but learn. That's all you gotta do. Take the lessons from these people and learn. You don't gotta repeat the same dumb stuff they did. Use that noodle, use that noggin. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Center Ground Podcast. We'll be back soon with some more great content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. We are a new channel, and growth is essentially our main objective. So send us an email at centerground.pod@gmail.com with any ideas or clips you would like for us to review. This was definitely fun, and I'd say let's do it again. But before you go, always remember, greatness lives somewhere within you. Just make sure you're taking the time to find the key to unlock that greatness. Until we meet again, I'll see you soon.